Hi, my name is Vanessa Lech, and today's video and podcast are going to be about the topic of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs White House Hotline. I'm doing a video about this and a podcast about this to raise awareness, and I hope it stays because it's actually one of the only good things about the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs that I have discovered ever. And unfortunately for me, I have more experience with this organization than I ever wanted, to say the very least. So the VA White House Hotline, for those of you that don't know, was designed in recent years to basically hold the VA accountable, the Veterans Affairs Organization accountable for something, anything, and to help people in the military community, military veterans like myself, basically receive assistance if and when needed when things were not being addressed properly at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, which anyone that knows anything about the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs knows that's quite frequently, okay? And basically have a place to turn for people that need assistance, essentially, to get them followed up with and in the right direction. And so I have a lot of experience now with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs White House Hotline. I've actually called them multiple times over the past several months now. I was kind of like skeptical about it and thought it was kind of BS at first because they basically initially just rerouted my grievance, because it was a grievance, complaint, whatever you want to call it, to the facility where it originated at. And I really just thought nothing became of it. However, so basically, I'll just tell you what the grievance was kind of vaguely. Basically, there was someone talking smack to me on the phone that was a VA employee at a large facility that belongs to the VA, a massive facility of theirs. And I wasn't able to basically get any assistance resolution from the facility, so I ended up calling the hotline. And basically I found out that they don't record at that time they didn't record the customer service phone calls, and this was a customer service type thing, not a healthcare provider type call. And so they had no way of verifying if this happened or if it was happening with many other veterans that the person was talking to on the phone. And so there's just no accountability, basically. That's what it boils down to. Shocker, right? No accountability or justice at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Shocker. Not shocking to anyone who knows anything about this organization. So anyways, so then to my shock, within just a handful of months later, maximum from what I recall, I found out that they started recording the phone calls for the customer service all across the region that I was at for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. And I was blown away because that's what I suggested should be done, and it actually happened. Like, it actually freaking happened. I couldn't believe it. That means that there's going to be more potential accountability now, because with the VA White House hotline number, there's already more oversight there. And so if people are being told off on the phone by the VA employee, then a veteran is, and then they complain, then, or if it's sporadically checked, but specifically if there's a complaint, now they can go listen to the phone call and know what happened. So that's awesome. And I'm just really excited about that, because I've had to deal with the VA and still do to some extent. And they just need to have more accountability at all levels, specifically in management, though. It's a problem. I'm hoping that they keep the VA White House hotline going. It is a really good thing. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The people that answer the phones are consistently kind and compassionate and effective at their jobs, and they actually get stuff accomplished. I have been assisted personally by this hotline, and I've seen how they actually seem to get things done. So, I mean, moving forward, I think that it's a really good thing. I hope they keep it. I hope it doesn't get watered down somehow, its efficacy, if you will, or effectiveness, whatever you want to call it. And I hope it keeps working out. And I am nervous anytime I see anything good happening with the VA that's just going to be taken away or discarded, and all the garbage is going to be kept. There's so much just money wasted on paying bad managers at the VA. You have no idea. And, if they want to save some money, they could fire thousands of managers at these facilities nationwide, and they could save money that way, because there's plenty of bad VA managers that could certainly be terminated and make the lives of veterans like myself a lot better. Okay. So I hope the VA White House hotline continues onward. If you're a military veteran and you've used it, let me know what your experiences have been in the comment section below. Know that this is public information. If you're listening to a podcast, you can leave a voice message and it could be featured on another episode potentially. So yeah, I'm curious to hear what your comments are and experiences are about that. I plan on doing another video. I plan on doing a bunch of US Department of Veterans Affairs videos. I was actually years ago had a successful YouTube channel where I had a bunch of YouTube videos about VA on there. Many of the videos became outdated and weren't relevant, so I just deleted it. And then also I am just discarding the channel and starting over years later. Wish I hadn't done that, but I did. So anyways, I have been dealing with my own situation with the VA right now, and I went to see a certain type of healthcare provider at the VA recently, and I happened to get in my medical record for my own reasons, and I happened to see they made a disparaging comment about me, which I'm never going to repeat because it's so bad. And so they also had a lot of inaccurate information about me too. And so I'm in the process of getting all that updated. I actually called the VA White House hotline about that as well, because I just wasn't being followed up with appropriately by the facility. And I didn't feel like the facility was taking it seriously at all. And I don't think that they were. And so I'm in the process of getting that corrected on my medical record now and getting the disparaging comment removed from that healthcare provider by that healthcare provider from my medical record. And if I finally figure out how to do this, which I'm confident I will, once I figure it out, I'm probably going to do a video on how to locate your medical record at the VA online, and then how to basically dispute what's in the medical record if there's something that's not correct, or you've been basically a victim of some person at the VA making a disparaging comment about you in your medical record, and basically how to dispute that at the US Department of Veterans Affairs, and basically like how I got it done for myself. So I haven't accomplished this yet, but it's in the works. And once I do, I'm going to do a video on that so everyone else can know and be educated about how to take care of that for yourself. And, I just encourage everyone that is receiving any kind of healthcare services at the VA to start reading their medical record immediately. I mean, I've never had anyone make this kind of disparaging comment about me ever in any medical record ever. And so, these problems I feel like are just unique to the VA. Like, I just don't know if anywhere else this happens. And also just further, it just makes me feel like many of the people that work at the VA have just no respect for military veterans at all and the military community, and just don't care, and are not invested whatsoever. I have primary care that I've received at a local community-based outpatient clinic, CBOC, and they're fantastic. The entire team, totally fantastic, totally professional. It's a small clinic, so I don't know if that makes a difference. I'm not sure. But, there's just a lot of problems with the VA and a lack of justice and a lack of accountability. It needs a change. All right. I hope you have a great day.